Welcome to Yoga with Natalie Marie. Today we're going to be doing yoga for the upper back. So, once you've got on your mat, let's begin. If you're like me and you deal with tight shoulders all the time because you're hunched over a computer or your phone or you drive a lot throughout your week, this is a great practice to open up the chest, the shoulders, and the rest of the back. So, whenever you're ready, we're going to begin in child's pose. You can keep your knees together, or you can bring them to the edges of the mat. Slowly lower your upper body all the way down. Just settling in for a moment. Begin to take some deep belly breaths. With each inhale, feeling the belly on your thighs. And with each exhale, feeling it draw into your spine. Allow yourself to forget whatever you were doing earlier today. Just focus on now, on this present moment, on your breath. Take a few more deep belly breaths in and out. And then slowly begin to walk your hands over to the left as far as you can before allowing your chin to drop to your chest and your shoulders to soften. Feel a great stretch in the right side. If you can, maybe walk your hands out a little further. Inhale here. And then exhale, slowly walk yourself back to center. And let's do the same thing on the right side. If you're like me, you don't have very much room, so go as far as you can. And if there's a wall beside you, it's not your fault. It just happens sometimes. Inhale and exhale. Bring yourself back to center. If your knees are apart, bring them together and slowly roll up into a seated position. Maybe adjust yourself, or if sitting on the knees doesn't work for you, you can come into a cross-legged seat instead. Just whatever feels best to your body for today. Now slowly roll one shoulder back and then the other. You can really get into it here. Dance party. And then reverse those circles, coming forward now. Again, you can have your little dance party. Then come back to center. Interlace your hands behind your back and slowly begin to tilt the head up. If it cranes your neck too much, you can keep looking forward. Have a slight back bend. Really opening up front of that chest. working the shoulders. Make sure you have a slight bend in your elbows so that you don't cause any injuries. And then slowly release that. Roll your shoulders forward again, and then back. And then let's come into tabletop. You can do some cat-cows here with more of a focus on the upper back than the lower. And then whenever you're ready, come back to neutral. Let's lift the right arm up to the sky, feeling a great opening in the chest. And then thread the needle. Bring your head to the ground. You can keep your left palm right in front of you, or you can extend the arm out, or even bind it, grabbing that right thigh. Do whatever feels best to you. You can also look up or to the side, depending on how your neck feels today. Close the eyes for a moment. Just feel out the stretch. Make sure you keep breathing. And plant that left palm. Slowly roll back up, lifting that right arm, or planting the hand on the ground. Bring yourself back to center if you need to, and then lift that left arm and thread the needle on the other side. Take any variation of this pose that you would like. This feels really nice. It's really great if you have tight shoulders. I feel like this is something you should do every day. So if you have a tight upper back, spend like a few minutes and practice thread the needle. Plant that plant the right palm, not the left. And then lift that left hand back to the sky before letting it come back to the ground. I'm doing a great job. Now let's extend the right leg, draw it into the chest, plant that foot in between the palms, and slowly come up into a low lunge. So you have the choice to stay here with your hands on your hips, or you can bring your arms into cactus, really opening up that chest. Maybe you have a slight back bend, looking up to the sky. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are, filling that belly with air, and drawing it into your spine. Release, plant those palms, and step back into tabletop. And do the exact same thing on the other side, extending that left leg before drawing it into the chest. and planting the foot. Roll up into your low lunge. Again, you can have your hands on your hips, or you can bring your arms into cactus. Holding this for too long can cause more pain than relief. So if you start to feel any pain, just bring your hands to your hips. I don't want anyone to get injured. Yoga is supposed to be healing, not hurting. Definitely not hurting. Alright, let's come back into that tabletop and just rock the hips left and right. And then come back to neutral. You need to take a second and get off the knees. Just extend those legs out for a sec. Make sure that you sit up nice and tall. I know that being on the knees for too long is definitely painful. So just give those knees a little rub. And then whenever you're ready, let's come back into our tabletop. We're going to come into some high lunges. So extend that right leg, draw it in, curl those toes under, and push yourself up into a high lunge. You can have your hands on the hips, or you can bring them up. Maybe you roll out the ankles for a moment. The ankles? The wrists for a moment, not the ankles. That would be kind of concerning. I think you would fall. And then let's come into Warrior 2, extending your arms to the sides, making sure that you keep your knee over your ankle. You don't want to be all the way over your toes. In your next inhale, straighten that front leg and bring your right hand up overhead and your left hand wherever it can reach on the thigh. Feel a great stretch right and right side. And then slowly come back into Warrior 2. And then high lunge. Plant the palms and step back into plank. Hold here for a breath. And then lower onto your belly. Lift up into Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. And then slowly come into Downward Facing Dog. Maybe pedaling it out for a moment. Then lower those knees back to the ground. You're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. So extend that left leg, bring it in. However you can, lift yourself up into a high lunge. Roll out the wrists if you need. You can feel my wrists popping. Cool. And then let's come into Warrior 2. Feeling a great opening in the chest, in the shoulders. Again, making sure that that knee is over your ankle before you straighten that leg and come into your reverse warrior. Again, just reach with your right palm on whatever, whatever is accessible to you. If you can go further than me, cool. Good for you, you are doing amazing. But if not, that's still really amazing. Everyone's body is different, and wherever you are at this time is perfect. Let's come back into that warrior two, then the high lunge, plant those palms, step back into plank once again, lower onto the belly, lift up into cobra or upward facing dog, and then down dog. Pedal it out once again. And then slowly walk your feet and your hands to the middle of the mat. And let's roll up. Whew. Feels really nice to be standing again. You can roll the neck here one way and then the other. And then cross that right arm over your chest, planting the left hand close to the wrist. Allow your shoulder to tug away from the ear. You can look over to the right side if you would like. If you can hear the washing machine, I'm so sorry. Release that, shake out the shoulders. Then let's do the same thing with the left arm. Again, make sure that you tug that left shoulder away from the ear. Then release. Bring your feet together and stand up nice and tall. Feeling the effects the practice had on you today. I hope that it served you well and that it's something you can come back to anytime you want to focus on your upper body or smooth away tension. Bring your palms to your heart and bow your head down. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to see you on the mat next time. Namaste.